Hey Sterling, this is Matt. I'll be honest with you, I just shot like a 15-minute video for you, and unfortunately the sound was not on. So I am going to redo it for you right now with sound. I tested out beforehand to make sure that this one is flawless. And so, yeah. um, Yes. So basically, I want to shoot a video for you to show you, kind of go through a few things, because you'd asked me how to build a targeted audience. Okay, so the good news is I've already done all the work. I don't have to redo everything over again except for the voiceover. Okay, so now this graphic is from Jermaine, and bar none, he's one of the best trainers you're going to find in the industry because um, we keep things very simple and we do things logically. Okay. Now, in this example here, most people, when they're in an online business or even a salesperson or direct sales, they spend most of their time at the bottom here of this triangle. Okay. They try to sell their goods and services to people that don't know they have a problem and they don't care about a solution. Ultimately, they just don't care. And then they also try to sell to the people who they know they have a problem, but they don't know what the solution is, and you have to convince them of what the solution is. Okay? You will spend so much time and energy on these two areas that ultimately it's a waste of time. Okay? What we teach is to spend most of your time right here. Okay? You'll notice it's 30% either way. Okay? So spend it where the people, they don't know you, but you know what? They know they have a problem, and they know that there's a solution to the problem, and they're open to the solution. So now you're not selling them, you're educating them on the value you bring and how it can help their problem. Okay. So just very quickly at the very top, it says 3% direct. These are going to be people that they already know you, they already like you, they already trust you, they're aware of you and your solution, and basically they buy or they sign up or they join because they know you and because you asked them to. So it might be a sibling or a friend, and you're just like, hey, I just started this credit repair business. You should do it with me. And they're like, yeah, cool, let's do it because I know I like you, I trust you. But that's a very small amount of people. See, that's how most people build their businesses. Hey, you person who I've never spoken before, just get in my business and let's just do it. And they're like, I don't know you. I don't even have a problem. I'm doing okay, right? So um, we're gonna move this down here, and we're gonna push this up here because I already created all this stuff earlier. So let's say that you are selling steak, okay? And what I mentioned in the other video is I've been in business for a really long time. And a lot of stuff I'm showing you, I already did it before before I ever saw Jermaine create this. But the way I'm showing it right now is kind of a cool illustration. Now, here's what most people do. They have steak and they're trying to sell it to a vegan. So they go to the vegan and say, hey, I've got the most amazing steak. It's delicious. It's grass-fed beef. You know, everything about it is amazing. Blah, 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 blah. They tell all the products and features and why it's amazing and why they need it. But they're vegan. They just don't care. Now, you might have some vegans that are curious and they're like, well, you know, tell me more. Tell me about, you know, when was the cow killed? What kind of grass did the cow eat? How was what was the cow's name? They ask the most asinine questions, right? The questions, like if you've ever been in sales, you have the customers that just ask the stupidest questions, right? That aren't even related to them making a purchase. And so you can go and you can answer all of these questions, where the steak came from, you have the grass, the cow's name, and at the end of the day, you're going to ask for the sale, and they're either going to say, yeah, you know, I'm just not interested, or they're going to say, I'll think about it. And then you'll follow up with them 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times, and they're still just going to say no because they don't care, they don't want it. Okay. Now, here's an ingenious idea. If we are selling steak, why not just go to a meat eater and say, hey, I've got grass-fed steak here. It's amazing. It's delicious. The meat eater is going to ask questions like, how much does it cost? How many can I buy? And if you get to them when they're hungry, they're going to ask, can I get it today? That's what I mean by targeted. Okay. So what does that mean for you as being in my econ? My econ has two main areas of focus. Basically, they're anchors. One is credit repair. Okay. Now, with credit repair, I don't talk about credit repair because no one cares about credit repair, right? So if we look at this graphic here, one of the examples that we have down here is brand new method helps new homeowners. So how interested, so I might make a post on, hey, are you looking to buy a new home in 2019, but your credit isn't where you need it to be? Well, I can help you. Reach out to me, get in my inbox, comment info, something along those lines, right? Because they're not interested about getting their credit because they want their credit. They're interested because their emotional trigger is to buy a house. So there's actually, at least in Arizona, you have certain Facebook groups. You might have like Arizona first time home buyers groups that have thousands of people. I don't know what state you're in, but I'm sure there might be a city or state first time home buyer or home owner, because those people either just bought a house, their first home, right? And they want to maintain or keep their credit up, or they're looking to buy their first home and they either need to get their credit up higher so that they can qualify, or get it up higher so that they can have a lower interest rate when they buy, right? The post that you answered, I didn't talk specifically about your credit score or credit report specifically. I said that you can actually have medical collections taken off your credit report because of HIPAA laws. So if you look on my post, I think I had 135 or so comments on it. Those are people that have an emotional trigger of wanting to get medical debt taken off of their credit report, right? So that's what I mean by targeted, okay? Now, the other area is income shifting. So what income shifting is income shifting is when you basically adjust your W-4 at your job, your 9-to-5 job, to keep more income or to keep more money in your paycheck. So even the IRS will acknowledge that most people, I think it's about 80%, fill out their tax documents at their job incorrectly. Most people allow the IRS to take as much tax out of their paycheck as possible so that they get a huge return when they file their taxes. And to be honest with you, you should either get nothing back or very little back on your taxes. Basically what you're doing is you're giving an interest-free loan to the government and you're not getting anything back for it, okay? And like I said, even the IRS acknowledges that most people do it wrong. So what we do is we show you how to do it correctly so that you're keeping an extra $200 to $500 in your pocket each month. How much would that affect people's lives, right? An extra $200, like that's a phone bill, that's groceries, right? I could do with an extra $200. There's a lot of things I can do with that. Buy my son some new clothes because he loves crawling around on the ground in his pants, and it's like, dude, I just bought those and you're like crawling around on the concrete in your new jeans, right? So I might make a post about that saying something to the effect of, did you know that you can get a raise at your job without asking your boss? They're going to ask questions like, well, how? How does that work? And now I can have a conversation with them, right? So if you're looking for someone to business builders, then you want to go to people like Grant Cardone, Gary Vee, Tony Robbins, Eric Thomas, motivational speakers, celebrity salesmen, because people that are drawn to that are already going to be interested in either entrepreneurship or in sales. So now I don't have to convince them why they need to have an online business or a home-based business. They probably either already have one or they're already looking at getting one, right? So now I'm not having to convince them why what I do is not a pyramid or why it's not a scam, or all the other questions that people here at the bottom are going to ask me, right? So, and there's a difference between actually asking questions on the company. You want to do your due diligence, right? But a lot of times people at these two areas, they're scared to tell you no, and so they come up with excuses and reasons on why they don't. So they might say, oh, I don't have time, it's a pyramid, or just those type of excuses. And I don't even deal with those type of people. I just go straight up here to where the people that are already doing or want what I have. Okay, so that is pretty much what I had made the last time. I'm just looking, and yeah, that's all I had written down. So I hope that kind of gives you a better idea of how to target, and we'll go through more information as we go along. I don't want to bombard you and overwhelm you with information, but yeah, I hope this is a good place to start on the difference between people that don't care about what you have and finding the people that do care or are already using what you have. Okay, so on a side note, I know there's other credit repair companies out there. I just had someone that works. They work at Lexington Law, and they're using Lexington Law, but they reached out to me to help them with their credit repair because they wanted something extra in their own words. So, yeah, my Econ is by far, in my opinion, one of the best companies out there for fixing your credit up. So, yeah, I hope that helps, and yeah, we'll connect soon.